Press that button. Hello, everybody. We're just talking blimps.
Breaking blimp news.
Nothing to worry about.
Apparently nothing to worry about. Poorly timed. Like maybe just send like a little text that's like, hey, guys, a really big blimp.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely it. Somebody posted on
No markings.
r/Bay Area 5 days ago. Anyone know why this random blimp is flying around the bay? It was on the other end of the bay at that point. And it's the Pathfinder 1.
So just a huge private blimp. I mean, the funny thing is I like really want to interview them about that.
It's not a blimp. It's a Zeppelin.
Whoopee.
Oh, God. Oh my God. Oh God.
My mistake. I apologize profusely.
Could we still call it a dirigible? Is that the category that we could refer to it? A lighter than air vehicle? A lighter than
air vehicle, sure.
Is that
Yeah.
It is an airship.
Thank you.
It's an airship, which I'm into as a climate solution. I'm very into that as a cargo climate solution.
Yeah.
It's just not the week for like weird stuff to be flying. It's just, we don't need any weird stuff in the air this week of all the weeks. Can we not?
I actually take exception with the word airship because JRPGs have told me they should look like old-timey 17th century ships with giant propellers on them. And it's always very disappointing when it's just a big balloon with a little card underneath.
This is a Zeppelin,
For
so
how
it's got a fixed
cool it
structure
is.
rather than being a balloon like a blimp.
I'm sure technically it's amazing. I have no doubt
I
about
learned
this.
when I covered Airship Ventures in 2007 for CNET.
I did a really cool interview on Everybody in the Pool with Enuma Airship, which is working on airships lighter than air for cargo transport. It's all over like Kim Stanley Robinson's books because it is a huge climate solution to be able to like get stuff off of either cargo ships with dirty fuel or even airplanes. And it's super freaking interesting. And also they're using science from like a 17th century monk. And like, it's so freaking awesome.
I mean,
all of that is awesome. Just tell me it's happening in some kind of bulletin in a time of war. That's it. That's all I want.
there might be one.
Reasonable.
I don't know.
Otherwise I'm down. Yeah. There probably is.
Yeah, airships suffered a big blow in the 20th century. I would call it a triple threat. The rise of the petroleum industry, the Hindenburg, and Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of hard to come back from that one.
Pretty tough one.
They were ready for 2 of them. They just couldn't.
Yeah,
It was the
three was too many.
Oh my God. I just put Tom's thing in the lineup. All oblivious. Yay!
Meta thing!
It happened again. Okay. So thing of the week is already determined.
Yeah.
serendipity.
Should we just do 3?
Oh,
I mean, we could, although I have a bunch of stuff in the bullpen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you got into trouble throwing another one
And
in
now
there.
I have to decide.
okay. That thing that you both had, I have a freelance client. That's all I hear about.
Oh, yeah.
Editing their podcast.
Oh, really?
But
they're
put your link here. I'll put a little space so you don't lose the link that you had.
So
'cause
I
it was a
wasn't
different
sure if it
link
was
than
just my bubble of I hear this every single week. So I am glad confirmation.
Oh, dude. Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Here. There you go.
Nice.
There you go. And then I have to choose.
What are you choosing between?
All
I
4
see
of
the
these
2.
things.
Oh, all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Can't go
This
wrong
might
with all
be
4.
very local.
I kind of like 96.
I do too. That's the one I was just researching to see if I could find a thing. But okay, I'm doing it.
All right.
I'm doing it.
It's very lost.
It's very it's just very exactly. Like why are we? Why are we?
Why are we?
Side jag. We watched Lost for the full experience, which is a show that Brian Brushwood and I do, where we watch just the ultimate, lowest, and last episodes of a series. Ultimate and lowest is based on the IMDb user ratings, and Lost is probably one of the hardest ones to fit into that format because it works, it makes sense, but it's an entirely different show. You never see the numbers, you barely see the hatch. Like so many of these iconic things just don't show up if you only watch those 4 episodes.
I love this. I'm just thinking of like like just different shows. Like Deep Space Nine just popped into my head. I was like, all right, so you first one you do In the Pale Moonlight probably, and then you do the last. Oh, that'd be so weird.
Well, it's always interesting because the pilot episode is always so different from the finale, and the finale is usually a love letter to fans, so it often like catches you up on stuff. The lowest is often a clip show. So it like works really well for us because we're like, oh, great. We're seeing lots of the best, greatest hits.
I love that idea, though. I love doing that and then being like, yeah, I watched it for all the people. Like, I want that for all the people who are.
It's like Cliff Notes, right? Like, can you speak, rather literally with literacy? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but can you speak well about the show with only seeing the 4 episodes?
Exactly. Hold on.
Minimum viable series consumption.
And that would help me with shows that I just don't want to emotionally invest in, such as Breaking Bad or, okay, this one's amazing. Okay, I found one. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I had to find a supporting link from Instagram, which of course has to go from the phone to the thing and thing.
The thing to the phone to the phone to the thing.
Boom.
Oh, Tom, I have a confirmation for a thing that you had a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
So we went to a water park for the last 2 days for a little spring break getaway.
Yeah.
And I brought with me my 2012 Olympus TG waterproof camera.
Yeah.
The old digital camera.
Look at that.
And it was amazing.
Amazing.
I am shocked that a dozen years of use has not rendered the waterproofing ineffective, but it did not die.
That's good to know. Yeah.
It was very fun. It was cool. And the
water parks are kind of having a comeback, honestly.
Are they? So fun. Except for the norovirus. Otherwise, so fun.
Yeah. It's a great way to get a norovirus.
I don't know if you know this, but if you have a 7-year-old, it turns out all they want to do is sit in the wave pool all day.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
Fun. Good to know. My niece wants to go to one of those like big water parks in Northern California, Wolf something.
Oh, great. Is it Great Wolf Lodge?
Great Wolf Lodge, yeah.
I never know what's regional and what's like.
Yeah, that one's like nationwide, isn't it? The Great Wolf thing.
We went to Kalahari. Which was Calamari, yes. They had Admiral Akbar is there to greet you.
You belly up to the Admiral Akbar. And
yeah. You have to swim up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why is there not? That's got to be a bar somewhere.
It's got to
right?
be a thing somewhere, right?
Come on. If not, I'm opening it. Like, the hell with this.
Yeah.
I mean, if not, Disney is opening it as soon as the AI gobbles up this conversation and recommends it to them.
Right.
Good point. By the way, sorry about my chewing. Because I had a bunch of meetings and then thought I was getting bombed.
Hey, I'm not going to throw stones as I ate In-N-Out live on It's a Thing once.
I know, totally. But these are nuts. It's like loud. But
no, it's all good. I can't even hear it.
I'll have some Laffy Taffy next week. Don't worry.
Nice.
Great.
They use that as a replacement for fillings sometimes, don't they?
I use it to help get them out, so it works out.
Or pull out your dentures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a snack bar.
It's a snack bar.
It's a snack bar.
Ugh, this is my favorite place to be.
So good.
Shall we clap it up and do a show?
Why not?
Okay. Right. Good idea.
In 3, 2, 1.
And the music in 3, 2.
Give it to me.
Hey everyone, I'm Molly Wood.
And I'm Tom Merritt.
Welcome to It's a Thing, the weekly podcast supported by you. We couldn't do it without you. We couldn't just sit here and talk about things that are things.
I mean, to be honest, we might.
We might do it anyway. It's
yeah,
true.
But we wouldn't share it with you.
Exactly. You wouldn't know. It would just be in text.
And we would be less excited about it because you're the excitement in the soup that is It's a Thing.
It would be like fun, but it wouldn't be like fun.
Yeah. Without you, soup is just water.
So true. It's so true.
I'm just going to keep pushing this metaphor as far as it can go. If you would like me to shut up about metaphors, there's only one way to do it. Buy things in our shop at itsathing.me/shop. No one bought anything last month, Molly.
I know. Friends, what do you want to hear from us about the shop? Are you interested in merch?
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, if nobody wants any merch, we're not going to keep doing it. But we've got like cool sweatshirts that are branded. We have the alarms shirt, the multiple alarms. There's
we take requests too.
We take requests.
Say, I would like this to exist.
It can be done in most, if not all cases. It can be done.
Yeah.
But short of that, you could just go ahead and support the show yourself at patreon.com/itsatthing. And then you don't even have to have more stuff. You could just like get a show.
Yeah. Ad free and get a shout out if you're at the top level.
Yep.
Just saying.
Now I feel I do want to interject here and feel like I should jump in and say that like I want to acknowledge that probably the thingiest thing of the whole entire week has been the Artemis mission.
Oh, good point.
And all of the memes that came out of it.
4 humans swung around the moon for the first time since I was 2 years old. That is definitely the thing that happened this week.
And it was like a moment of shared beauty and joy not seen since Alyssa Liu's like Olympics performances, right? I mean, I for one watched it all day, and then just the like memes and things coming out of it, right? Like Mission Control being like amaze, 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 the crossover with Hail Mary thing, the Carol crater, the Nutella floating by, like it just it had so many moments. Not to mention, oh my god, all the like everybody got new computer and phone wallpaper from all the photos that have come out. I mean, NASA even released them in mobile wallpaper format. So
I mean, I got to commend NASA on well done with the coverage because that's really the only way I've consumed it was to turn on. At first, I was turning on, like right after launch, I turned on the live stream from Artemis because they had 2 streams. They had the coverage and then they had the stream from the capsule itself. But then I started to realize, like, actually, the live coverage is really good when there's nothing going on. They'll recap stuff and they'll give you really good context. And like you said, they're like putting out these images as soon as they can, like just really, really good stuff. It's become my morning routine where I like turn on the Artemis coverage, get the recap of anything I missed, and then I just kind of keep it on and pay attention throughout the day. Obviously paid attention to the launch and the swing by more so than other stuff. But yeah, it's just been really wonderful.
It's been really wonderful. So I just want to shout that out as like the Ur thing.
I was going to put that as one of my things and forgot because it's so big. Like we don't do current events as things because that's news. Right. And I guess that maybe that part of my brain just was like, yeah, no, that's just like, that's news. That's
mine too. Like I didn't put it in the lineup, but then I also just, as we were about to start, and there are just so many sub things that came out of it. So I just sort of want to like wrap them all.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you brought it up.
Because it was the
just moment where he submitted the request to name the crater after his wife, late wife. Oh my
God. It wasn't
him.
Did you realize it was the mission captain, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Doing it for Reed.
And Reed, because he couldn't talk. And then there wasn't a dry eye in the cabin. And then 4 astronauts had a group hug.
I mean, I cried like a frickin' baby.
You're dead inside if you didn't cry at that. My God.
And to get to see it live, oh my God. I mean, honestly, like to your point, NASA should launch, we have red zone for football. We had gold zone for Olympics. Just launch Space Zone.
Yeah.
Just give me Space Zone.
Did you catch the conversation between the ISS?
Yep, exactly. And then the ISS astronauts being like, we're in space still. They're not, for long.
Yeah.
We're like, oh God.
When they're like, do you guys eating the mangoes? Oh, I have mangoes open right now. Like,
and that they all had like green beans one day or whatever.
Spicy green beans.
I mean, it's honestly just been so wonderful.
I actually, I had thought, would it be funny if someone tried to be at the back of the capsule when they got to the farthest point so that they could say, I was actually the farthest from Earth? And then Reed Wiseman made that joke in an interview He was like, yeah, and then we were all scrambling to get to the back of the capsule when we got to the farthest point. I'm kidding. We were too busy with our science, but we joked about doing it.
That is hilarious. And they were such a like sweet little fam that they wouldn't have done it. They would have been pushing other each other to the back.
Yeah, right. No, you, Jeremy, you do. Yeah.
Like right as I tuned into the live stream was the moment. Well, it had just started where it was like, NASA headquarters was calling down and they were like, okay, it's the live stream. We're on, like, what are you guys seeing? And they're just like, I just need you to know you're kind of in interrupting or like looking at the moon time. Like, could you not?
Well, and then later they were talking about like, how was it to be out of contact for 40 minutes? And they were like, well, we were very happy when we got back in contact, but we were so busy. It was kind of nice, kind of nice to get a break.
Also just the fact, and then we can move on, but seriously, but just the fact that like the science that was happening up there was please look at stuff and describe it.
Yeah.
Like that's how simple
let's take advantage of what the human eye can do.
And then talk about it. And that is earth-shattering science, right? Like it's just so, I don't know. I found that to be amazing because it wasn't like a bunch of science speak. It was just like, are you seeing colors?
Yeah.
And they're like, we are seeing colors and this is what they look like. I mean, it was just.
And they had to be trained to become beginner geologists, all four of them. Yeah.
And photographers. They all took photography lessons.
Oh, right. And they were using the D5, like a classic camera.
And reading off like the serial numbers of the SD cards. Like,
yes. So many things. I actually really enjoyed when I think it was Christina Cook said that she saw flashes. It might have been one of the others. That part I'm not clear of, but some of them confirmed like, yeah, we did see flashes of impacts. And you see the entire like mission control start jumping up and down and like pumping their fists and like, yes.
Like just what? Yeah. Everything about it it was a shared moment of joy and it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And like, good job, humans.
Yeah. Well done, humans.
Yep. Great job. All right.
Here on Earth, though, you're probably eating a lot of protein, as we've talked about on the show. And both of us, Molly had this one too. So this is actually a joint thing as well. Peptides are one of the more popular ways to consume your protein. Because they're the amino acids. They're like the building blocks of protein. So you eat the peptides and then your body can synthesize them better. Collagen peptides are actually really the only way your body can absorb collagen. If you just eat collagen, it just passes through. And then whey protein peptides are often another popular way to do this. There was an article in The Conversation kind of going into like, what do peptides do? And it's just a really good article about, they can help you build your muscle mass. They can definitely help you out. The collagen ones work better for this. The whey protein works better for this. If you time it, you want to eat it at this point. Don't forget that your body will just put it wherever it needs it. Like you may want it to go to your muscles, but if something else needs it, it won't go there. Just a really well done article, but demonstrating that peptides, big thing right now.
Well, so Tom has given you the like science version of this. And now I'm going to give you yes, there's that. And then there's also the pop culture version of this, plus the maybe or maybe not snake oil, but about to be FDA approved version of this. So like, for example, semaglutides are a peptide. They're in the peptide category. There's also an entire universe of injectable peptides that people are using, mostly off-label because they are currently not FDA approved and pretty unregulated for weight loss, for to look younger, of course, like the collagen peptides. That it's just this like, I mean, literally like people are buying unregulated injectable peptides from Chinese factories for, again, weight loss and to look younger. And it's like a whole med spa situation. I think actually I talked about NAD plus or NAD injectables. NADs,
yeah, you did.
NADs. That's a peptide. That's in the peptide universe. So a bunch of them are about to be FDA approved, somewhat controversially, because again, like there's not a lot of evidence in some cases that they work at all. And it's unclear how much testing there's been done. But the beauty universe, beauty talk is all peptide all the time.
So what I'm taking away from our joint conversation here is if you're working out, there's some good evidence that peptides might help with your muscle mass. Go look it up to figure out the best way. If it's for beauty, shrug.
And
Could
maybe even in both cases, but yes, it is being referred to in certain corners of the internet. Here's a good CBS story about it. In certain corners of the internet, peptides can fix just about anything. Some popular videos claim they can help repair DNA, offer nerve relief, and accelerate wound healing. Others promise shiny hair and lower stress levels. Scroll long enough and it seems peptides are practically a cure-all. The stacks offer customized combination. Biohacking can make existing bodily functions work better. Search peptides on Instagram and videos of peptide transformations and dramatic visual before and afters pop up. But in reality, these types of claims are not backed by reliable data, and the formulas are not guaranteed to be safe.
Yeah, look at that New Yorker link that Molly will put in the show notes if you want to find out all the crazy places that it's being claimed.
Seriously. And then I'll drop this CBS link in there because it's non-paywalled, unlike the it's very hard. Turns out these days, very, very hard to find information that is not paywalled, which is bad because it leaves all the free stuff for to be not accurate.
Yeah, anyway. That's why I like theconversation.com.
I do like the conversation a lot, except that this is, again, the really like nice science version instead of the like, what the hell is happening on the internet where every social media influencer is like, if you're not using peptides, you're about to die.
You know, I grew up hearing about peptides.
Really?
My dad was a food scientist.
Because of right, exactly.
And he specifically worked in dairy science most of the time. And he was always talking about peptide chains. The peptides and enzymes and all that.
Totally.
I have no idea why. I could not tell you what context he was using it, but it's a word I remember him. Wow, the problem is the peptides. Blah, 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 peptides, blah, blah, enzymes. I just remember hearing that word a lot.
Well, it's so interesting that you say that because it's probably part of the reason that this is so it is easy for people to grasp onto because it's like a real thing. It's real science. It's pretty well known. It's like very common. You're right. Peptides build muscle and collagen and exist in all those places. And then it's just like 2 steps away from like what Spot Monk is saying in the challenge in the comments. Like someone told me about using peptides for focus and ADHD.
Yeah.
Like sure, put some peptide on it. You'll be
that
fine.
Happens with anything that's good for anything is people will then try to run with it. Like people heard this is good for something. Let's say it's good for anything, for the thing I want to sell. Yeah.
Totally.
Got to be wary of that.
It's an interesting time in the peptide
I don't know
world.
if a Fibonacci sequence would explain that.
But I bet somehow if you took a peptide and then you took the picture of the Fibonacci spiral, you would be able to superimpose it onto there in a way that made you go like, what? That's so freaky, because that is apparently what the internet is doing right now.
La secuencia de Fibonacci es un patrón donde la suma de los números. Yeah, this is amazing. I'm just looking at the Instagram that you posted. That's where that came from.
Which just happens to be in Spanish because I couldn't quickly. Well, it's just the Instagram that I posted is just a good roundup of like all of the places that people have put it. but so
it's the Nautilus shell looking graph, right?
Exactly.
That's okay. Got it.
It's the spiral. It's really specifically the illustration, and that Nautilus shell looking graph is the perfect way to frame it, to describe it. People are just superimposing that image onto all kinds of other images, like a cat curled up, or a parrot curling its head into someone's arm, or the curling tail of a kitty cat, or as I first saw it, Connor Story's butt.
Yeah, it's science,
which genuinely is the first place that I saw this particular image, and I didn't know that it was such a thing. But then like even all the comments on this Instagram post, there's one superimposed on the image of a guy like hunched over in front of a computer. I mean, I don't know when this emerged and I don't know where it came from, and it cracks me up because it's just one of those like hilarious ways in which the internet can sometimes be so smart.
Yeah, It's a thing I remember hearing about in college, is that the Fibonacci sequence and the golden mean is another one. Like you can find examples in nature of all these things and you can see them everywhere. But it took today to be able to put that into practice in a more hilarious way.
Exactly. I guess so. Yeah. I don't know, but just know that like you're probably going to see it any minute now. Superimposed onto something just to show that it is in fact the secret of life. It's the mathematical code that proves creation is intelligently designed. We'll show you by putting it on a ballet dancer in Connor Story's butt.
Yeah. How could you argue with that?
How could you argue with that? So obvious. Science.
I love the scientific theme that we've got going with Artemis 2 and peptides and the Fibonacci sequence. So I'd like to continue in that vein with the heart butt challenge.
Because our scientific exploration includes butts.
I imagine you could put the Fibonacci sequence over the heart butt challenge. There could be a great remix happening here.
Dude, you totally
also known as the butt heart pose. Basically, you just bend over and then clasp your hands together and take a picture of your butt, and it looks like a heart.
This is amazing. Depending on, I guess, the shape of and size of your butt. But
I mean, yeah, various butts will look more or less heart-like, but generally speaking, they're all going to be close.
This is amazing. Is it bad that I kind of want to try it? Like, this is hilarious.
That's how memes happen, right? Everybody looks at it and is like, well, I want to try that.
I want to try that. Does my butt look like that? I mean, these are some good butts. There's some good butts.
Obviously, Know Your Meme is picking the best butts.
Exactly.
To show. Yeah.
Also, no question whatsoever that the apparently it's called the golden spiral. Thank you, Icor. The golden spiral, the Fibonacci spiral would 100% go on here somehow.
Fit right on there.
Yeah,
this is one of those things where, like, I don't know if this is the like most popular trend in the world, but you should know, like, if you see a picture of someone bending over with their hands clasped to look like a heart, you're like, oh yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing people do.
Yeah, definitely. And it's apparently an internet challenge. Oh my God, this is too funny. The heart butt. You know, if you don't feel that your butt is the shape is appropriate for this right now, feel free to just put some peptides on it. It'll work.
Peptides in a spiral pattern.
In a spiral pattern.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure that you'll have a butt appropriate for heart butt.
Yeah. It's easy as that. Does this heart make my butt look big? Thank you, Icor. I wonder what other emojis you can do with your butt.
And this is why I love our show. What other emoji can you do with your butt? I'm moving us along. I do not know I do not think that this next thing is like a big thing. I don't even know if that many people know about it. I am just using my privilege as a host of the show to say, oh my God.
That's exactly the kind of thing we want sometimes, is when you run into it, go, is this person just being weird, or is this a thing? I feel like this might be one of those.
And it's possible that it could become, I think it's going to become a thing, but also it's one of those things that I just learned about, and it's awesome. And that therefore makes it a thing to me and hopefully to others. Okay. Did you know that there is a thing called Fordite?
I don't think I did.
Thank goodness. I'm so happy. That makes it even more fun. Okay. There's a thing called Fordite, otherwise known as Detroit agate.
I know what an agate is. I don't know what a Detroit agate is.
This is an agate. It is an anthropocenic mineral.
Okay.
Okay. So basically Americans have created this thing.
Anthropocene means made by, or from the era of humans. So it means we did it. Okay.
Totally. So basically what happened is that this is a stone, a beautiful, brightly colored, gorgeous stone.
Yeah.
Type of agate that has been created as a result of paint overspray in Ford factories.
Oh, Detroit agate.
Fordite.
So it's just spray painted stones?
Okay, here's how it happened. No, not at all.
Okay.
So what happened is you'd be making a car, and it would be on the assembly line, and it would come to the painting. And so during the painting process, there would be overspray. And that overspray would build up on mostly the railings and the area around the assembly line. And then it would be like it would harden over time.
Yeah.
And so what people have started to do, what they started to do is chip it out of there and then literally treat it like an agate, right? You cut it, you sand it, you polish it, and you have this like striated, gorgeous stone that is now rare and semi-precious.
Huh.
And here's the like other crazy part. The reason that and people are making it into jewelry, and just big chunks of beautiful stone. And the reason that it's rare and semi-precious is because we don't paint cars cool colors anymore. Like probably the process has changed a little bit, but also if you look at Fordite, it'll have yellow and bright green and purple and turquoise blue and like all of these stunning bright red, right? Like colors that we just like really aren't using so much anymore. So I found out about this recently, and I just want you guys to know I'm holding it up right now. I straight up went on Etsy and ordered myself a Fordite ring.
That's crazy.
I know. And I want to get
that.
pendants. And it's just an absolutely beautiful. And if you're a car dork like me, it's just like so freaking cool.
It looks way cooler than a paint rock should look, right?
Yes, totally. Because it's really like it's
just a bunch of solidified paint.
It's just a bunch of solidified paint, but in these striated patterns that just is like so cool. The Wikipedia article has a lot of great photos, including some raw, unpolished Fordite. There are big chunks. Big chunks are like $1,000.
Wow. So this has been a thing for a while.
It's been around.
Fordite has been around since the 1920s, according to the Wikipedia article.
I know.
First collected at the Ford Motor Company in Michigan in the 1940s.
But it's pretty recent that it has
started. And in the 40s,
to
they were dark and muted, though still swirling. And then in the 60s and 70s, they got all colorful because 60s and 70s. That's amazing. I love that.
It's only really, it looks like since about the mid 2000s that they've started making it into jewelry. So I think that's probably why it's getting a little better known.
Oh, that's so cool. I had no idea.
It's just like, I don't know. I'm kind of obsessed with it. And I even found an article about how it's in some ways a more earth-friendly alternative than other precious and semi-precious stones because you don't have to mine it.
No.
It just, we made it.
And if you're putting it in a ring, you're keeping it from just being thrown away.
Yeah.
You're
and
putting
also
it to use.
Why would you want to? Because it's so freaking cool looking.
Yeah.
I know. I want more. I'm obsessed. Fordite.
So the question then becomes, peptides was both of our things.
Yeah,
but is Artemis 2 the thing of the week?
Oh, damn. Probably.
Or just Moon?
Moonjoy. That's the other name that came out of it. Moonjoy.
You didn't even mention Moonjoy.
Copy Moonjoy.
That was fun to watch her say it. And then people go, oh, I love that. And then start spreading it. And then the ISS crew was mentioning it. Like,
totally. I think Moonjoy might actually have to be the thing of the week.
Moonjoy is the thing of the week.
Yeah, no question. It was so beautiful. What a beautiful time.
Yeah, good stuff. Oh, thank you, crew of Artemis 2.
Seriously.
And all of the extended support crew, staff, the whole bailiwick, you know.
And Katherine Johnson.
And Jenny.
And Jenny. Everybody.
All right, let's get to your feedback. Feedback at it'sathing.me. Larry from Columbus has a thing about bands. Says, Molly, Tom, and Rich, there are a couple of bands that have been popping into my feed. I might be late on one of these, and I might be early on the other. Has anyone mentioned Geese yet? As in goose, but plural. Geese. They are an indie rock band from New York City, and they were everywhere a few months ago, but I don't recall them getting a mention as a thing. The band that I might be early on is Engine de Poitrine, a math rock band from Quebec. Yeah, I said math rock. Just search them up, as any description I attempt to give you will just spoil it. We've actually mentioned Engine because someone else wrote in about it.
So yeah, previously. That one, yes.
So that one seems to really be a thing. Don't know about Geese.
Don't know about
thanks
Geese.
for letting us know about it.
I know, but probably next week because if Engine de Poitrine can come up like 2 weeks in a row, then yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Incredibly, another band thing. Brandon in Texas writes in, I'm a music fan, and about every 6 months, I take a couple of hours to do research and discover new bands to listen to. This week, it really bowled me over how women in punk rock is a definitive thing. There have always been women in punk rock, Brandon points out, It's not new, but what is new is just how many there are. It used to be that any band would get a little extra press for having a female in the band. And in the early 2000s, girl bands like the Donnas or Sahara Hot Nights were treated like a novelty fad. But now, nearly every new punk band I check out has at least one or more women in the band, if not entirely made up of women. And it's not novelty or special treatment. They are legitimately dominating official lists and personal lists all over the internet. For example, Eka Vandal. Woo! Phenomenal, writes Brandon.
Nice, Brandon. Thank you for
Love
that.
it.
That's awesome and good to hear.
I know. Also fascinating. Is it because just the women are pissed? Anyway, I'm checking it out. Send us a Spotify list.
Beth in Chicago on a new phrase. Hi, Tomori. Lately, I've been hearing the phrase "thing is on the Mount Rushmore of thing category," used to describe something as among the very best of its kind. One podcast I listen to builds a Mount Rushmore of the 4 best live versions of a song. At work, our self-evaluations use the same framing. The standout achievements from our year. It's all over sports media as well. It feels similar to the idea of a North Star, a not so new part of corporate speak, but now it's extending far beyond the workplace into how we describe just about anything exceptional. That's great to hear because I love the Mount Rushmore game where you try to decide who goes on your Mount Rushmore of baseball players or your Mount Rushmore of mathematicians or whatever it is that your topic is. One of my favorite podcasts, the Marshall McLuhan Variety Hour, has been doing a Mount Rushmore segment for years and years and years, where the two hosts pick a topic and then they debate who should be the 4. Basically, if you know Mount Rushmore has 4 presidential heads on it. And then, so you're just trying to be like, which 4 things are emblematic of the best of that category. I love that.
That's so interesting, though, that it's becoming such more common parlance.
Yeah, that's really interesting to hear.
All right, I like it. I've noticed Boff, Marry, Kill has been getting bigger, too.
Yeah, and I've heard people not saying boff more frequently.
Well, no one ever says boff. I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah, I know. It used to be, though, like
old
in
game,
polite
been
society,
around forever.
like we're trying to be right now. It was de rigueur, but I'm hearing like people just flat out saying it in every
Straight
situation.
Up.
Yeah,
and like just wait. And I'm not saying it's new. It's not new. It's a really old game. Kiss, Marry, Kill, I think is how it used to be when we were kids. But for some reason, it's just like, I don't know. I'm seeing it all over. You just never know.
G. James B would like me to correct myself. The actual heads of the people are not on Mount Rushmore.
Right.
They're merely sculptures representing them.
It's true. It's not like a Beetlejuice situation. They're not the dried tiny heads of.
You wouldn't be able to see them then. It wouldn't be nearly as
It's too small. It's not a good tourist attraction.
Yeah.
They thought about it, but then they were like, that's silly.
Yeah.
Andrew writes in on April Fools. Politics had the best April Fool's joke when Andrew Heaton hosted the intro this past week. Justin had just asked for feedback about what to do when he was traveling. He asked if the podcast should be delayed or get a guest host. He mentioned on the show that most people said they did not want a guest host. Then a week later, he has Heaton pretending as guest host. It was hilarious. That's a long con.
It was great. It was great. I was walking my dog and listening to it as I often do. And Heaton opened up and I was like, I guess Justin couldn't do the show for some reason. Like, is he traveling? He usually does it while he's traveling. I didn't even think about him setting up with the feedback or anything. It just caught me. And then he gets into the show and it's Justin. And I was like, oh, you got me in the best way. Like, I didn't feel like stupid or anything. I wasn't lied to about something. It was just like a nice way to fool me. I thought that was really good.
See, that's the kind of effort that I think it's if you're going to put that kind of effort into April Fools, if you're really going to plan for it like that, then it's okay. But
yeah. No, I like that. That's the way April Fools should be. Rather,
still, no, thank you.
Yeah. Well, let's get to our shout outs. These go to the people at the highest level of our Patreon, patreon.com/itsatthing, and they are custom created by our producer, Rich, for you each week with a different theme. This week, they are based on tired cons from Wired phone reviews from 2009. Remember Wired or Tired?
Wow.
These are all tired evaluations of phones from 2009.
Oh, that's so
genius.
Amazing. All right, let me kick us off here. Ron.
Key and Peele reference in the username right off the top. That's
incredible. Amazing. Just bravo. Welcome to the show, Ron. The Dear Diary feel of the interface is at odds with anyone over 13.
AB Puppy, low volume for music and calls.
AJ Venturella, dull appearance more boring than watching C-SPAN with the sound off.
Wow. Let's all imagine that our patrons are saying these things. These are not evaluations
this is not about
of
them,
the
no.
patron.
I know. Maybe we should have given them the Wired.
Yeah. Benjamin Forrest. 8 megapixel images plus 160 megabytes of memory equals non-negotiable memory stick purchase.
God, remember when you could expand your phone with a memory stick, though? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Remember memory sticks?
Remember memory sticks? Exactly. I'm like, remember when you could buy that proprietary stupid format from Sony just for your phone? Eric Duncan, only 4 gigs of memory, less tunage than most smartphones.
Ooh. SW Texas. A consistently slow, drowsy response time will not go over well with the ADHD set.
As early as 2009, we were tuned into how everybody's ADHD. Gabrielle Cohen, email client is both chintzy and web-based.
It's kind of repeating itself, but yeah. Jake Woods, teeny tiny browser fonts give us migraines.
Kevin Sill, fingerprint scanner is very POS. Who thought it would be a good idea to use fingerprints to access a device you're likely holding in one hand while juggling multiple other tasks?
Oh, wow. That one aged differently.
Yeah.
Laura Abel, still no N-Gage gaming platform available, which is still true today.
Lee Price complains of this phone, but is not represented by this comment. Web browser is a slowpoke joke. Why am I not saying that more?
Mike Akins says, Metal Shell retains enough scratches to fill a DJ Shadow album.
Dedicated and diligent reviewer Mike Lurch points out, lack of dedicated buttons leaves you hunting and pecking for even the most common tasks.
Morris Jones, preloaded ringtones include bad German techno. Ugh.
And finally, Baylor Trucks. Buttons sit in recessions so deep they need a government bailout.
Well done, Wired. Well
Good
done.
one, Wired. Good one.
And thank
Sick burn.
you, patrons, for being
Thank you,
a part of the
patrons.
show.
We adore you. That is why we subject you to such hilarious commentary week after week. No, we are truly grateful. Patreon.com/itsatthing is where you can support the show at any level. We love to have you because we love doing this. Thank you for listening, and thanks for supporting us.
And tell us what you want in our shop at itsatthing.me/shop.
See you next week, friends.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Just be a rhythm to the beat of life.
Not their actual heads.
James B, that was good.
That's just classic. That's just amazing. Just actually,
Not their actual.
Full
heads.
disclosure.
not their actual heads. I just
All right, let's just be clear.
I don't want anybody getting the wrong idea.
It's not like a Tuma lens situation, okay?
I do love the Mount Rushmore device. I love that as a
That's a fun one.
it's a
Totally.
fun group project conversation starter.
Because a lot of times you'll get the 2 or 3 that everyone's like, "Yep, you got to put," and then it gets wild.
yeah,
the
and then it
last
gets
2.
like, oh, but because it can get confrontational, but most of the time it's like, ooh, that's a good point. Where do we draw the line? You know,
Right.
It's
Mount
it's-
Rushmore a podcast host is really hard because 2 spots are already taken. Forever.
Mount Rushmore podcast host.
Yeah,
would
Joe
be-
Rogan and
Wow.
How dare you?
Let's just
How dare you?
remove Rich.
I will
from that.
resign. Boom. That's how you do it. I will resign my spot on Mount Rushmore if you do that.
Yeah. So Brian Ibbett, me, Molly, and who?
Yeah.
Yeah, your mileage
who's
may vary.
who's the Theodore
Exactly.
Roosevelt in that set?
Scott Johnson is the
Yeah. If I could picture
someone's-
anyone,
Someone's screaming Leo
yeah.
at the computer right now, which I'm
Sure.
willing to. I'm willing to
Absolutely.
allow. Mhm.
I just say Ibbett because he's still doing it.
Yeah, totally.
You know, like I don't. That sounded wrong. Like I only say it because he's been doing it a long time. He's also really, really good at it.
Really
But,
good.
like he's really good at it and has been doing it since practically the beginning. Right.
Yeah.
Obviously, Curry.
I know.
You
Exactly.
got
I
to
was-
Podfather.
Curry's
on there.
probably on there, really.
Yeah.
Podfather.
I
yeah.
was just listening to Jimmy Pardo kind of talking about this because he's been doing Never Not Funny since I think '08 or something like that, and they built their own basic like Patreon system before Patreon because they were like, we don't care about growing as much as we care like we need to monetize this somehow, and they've been doing it since. So I always thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Why didn't they
Yeah.
turn into Patreon then? Because that's what Jack Conte did too. He created
think-
Patreon for himself and then was like, "Hey, this is pretty good. I should have let other people use it."
I think because as we've seen with many comedy podcasters, they are not good business people. And
True.
so
They didn't want to run a business, which I bet
Yeah.
Jack Conte sometimes thinks.
Often, I think. I mean, it's true. A. Mackey points out it would not be, but there are plenty of people who would be like Ira Glass, and we'd be like, that ain't Rushmore.
No.
Rushmore is the history, the founders.
Yeah.
and Theodore Roosevelt.
Theodore
Theodore
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
I mean,
The
like
original
he-
podcaster.
He's
Theodore
like,
Roosevelt.
eh?
Teddy Roosevelt.
Remember me?
OG
Hey,
podcast.
everybody.
So you need the young blood.
Who
there
are
as
the
well.
4 presidents on Mount Rushmore?
Washington,
I
Jefferson,
think it's Washington, Jefferson,
Lincoln,
and
Roosevelt? That's who probably should be. Not John Adams. I will tell you that.
Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, Lincoln. Yeah, you got
It
it.
is Roosevelt. Okay.
Yeah.
And Cary Grant is also.
Actually,
He's physically on there, though.
I thought I remembered some weird thing about Mount Rushmore, like Teddy Roosevelt wasn't a president yet when it was created, but that doesn't look to be true. So
They were having a wing for vice chair secretaries of the Navy.
A wing. All right. I actually have a 1 o'clock, so I'm going to scoot so I can eat the rest of it.
I am about to record
rest of my little
cybersecurity
snack
headlines.
here.
Check out cybersecurity headlines wherever you get your cybersecurity headlines.
excellent. I'm gonna go pick up my dog.
Aw.
We all have cool things to do.
We have so many cool things to do.
Thanks,
Oh my gosh,
everybody.
you guys.
We'll see you later.
gang.
Here, I'll play the
Cool.
music.
Love it
before.
here.
Bye, everybody.
Give it to me.